Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to another episode of It's Look Who It Is. I forgot to hit the recording button. It's a Kyrie, ill-fated, all-perks run, and we already leveled up, and we got fame and +1 knowledge, so it's looking to be kind of an interesting run. We do need to do a Kana run. I said I would do a Kana run sometime this week, because someone asked if I would do a Kana run. And, you know, it's been a while since the last Kana run, but it's also been a while since the last Kyrie run. I think it's been about a month. So let's just jump into it. Let's just jump into it, chat. Let's just do it big. Let's just do it big. My dog is, like, leaning on my arm, and I have, like, my leg up, too. So she's, like, half resting on my arm, which is acting as, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to describe it, but my dog is, like, lying down on her back. And it's, like, I guess my arm and leg are acting as, like, a chair, if that makes sense. But, oh my goodness, hello. She was, trying to get at the window, because there were some people out at the window, but... You know, listen, society, when dogs bark, right? Very, hello. She's now on her chair now. I don't know, I've seen a lot of people get upset when their dogs bark or, like, make noise or whatever. And the thing is, it's like, what the hell? What the hell am I doing? Get me out of here. This is, by the way, a EXP ally recruitment, 100%. But the thing about dogs, right? Is that dogs make noise. You know, that's sort of like what they're supposed to do. They're a pseudo-alarm system, you know? They're supposed to bark and growl when something infringes upon your territory, right? Because they're a part of your pack. Or maybe the dog is arrogant and thinks it's their territory. Whatever, you know, I'm not gonna judge. But, I'm not gonna judge whatever the dog thinks, you know? But, you know, they're alarm systems. They're supposed to defend their territory, and that's your territory, too. They're trying to protect you. You know, they are, they're literally just, like, creatures that, you know, they're absolutely immaculate for, like, you know, being man's best friend and everything about that. Like, we love them for that. But... You know, they're also, like, legitimately a security, like, feature, you know? They bark, they growl, they detect things, they run critters off and away, you know, when some wily beast walks by the window, whether it be the local wildlife or, you know, a person or someone's dog on a leash, you know, she's gonna go crazy, you know. Dogs are unimpeachable as far as I'm concerned. They do it big, and listen, they do require, you know, like everything, you gotta take care of them, you gotta maintenance them. That's a really weird. You gotta take care of them, you know. Maintenance is more like a machine thing, but you get what I mean. But it's like that's worth it. They are, you know, your companion animal, right? But the thing is, they don't understand, like, a lot of, you know, human norms, you know? So a dog, you know, some people get mad at their dogs for barking late at night, or barking, you know, at all. And it's like, brother/sister, they don't know that there's some, like, human social contract where... After a certain point in time, you're supposed to be quiet and not make a lot of noise, or else people will get mad at you because they're trying to sleep. You know, they see some creature, whether it be an animal, like a wild animal, or like a person walking around outside. You know, they see that and they're like, "Hey, get out of my territory, idiot!" They don't comprehend what a noise curfew is. They don't comprehend what a road is, or what these things are, you know? Like, when you're walking on a sidewalk versus walking on a road. Dogs don't know what roads are. You know? It's something that humans made up. It's all just like a construct, and we can't put like, you know, human values or whatever on can't put human values on something that's not human. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that dogs can't be emotional. They obviously can be. But, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not particularly super complicated. It's just don't moralize with dogs, you know? Like, they're creatures. We'll take the -1 luck. That's fine. That's fine. We're not gonna get anything better than that. That's okay. I'm not gonna even begin to pretend. You know what? Sure. Go to the hardware store. You see something like that that's usable. I'll glug just because it's important to stay hydrated, but I don't know. I just think it's weird whenever you see somebody treating, like here's the thing. Like I just think that it's weird whenever people get like mad at their dogs for barking, or they get mad at somebody else's dog for barking, because it's like they don't know. They don't know what a noise curfew is. They don't know what bedtime is. You know, they don't know these things. They don't know that you gotta work to make something called money so that you can feed them. They don't understand these things. They don't get it at all. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? I think that makes sense, right? You know what? No, I completely changed my mind. I'm sorry. Get me out of the... Listen, I'll take a doomed village 100% of the time, but I draw the line at a dangerous forest when we're on ill-fated. Like, what is wrong with you? I'll take the safe route. I will absolutely take the safe route. And we're not doing the side quest. I'm not going to the mansion twice. Are you crazy? Oh, God, here it comes. The goddamn gauntlet of +2 doom or -2 strength every single time. Probably should have gotten outdoorsman, but we're on all perks. There's nothing that I could do. Enemy 1. I mean, our combat is really fast right now. I mean, it's not as fast as I would like it to be, but it's pretty good. But, so I haven't been, I gotta come clean a little bit. I haven't been recording a lot recently. I don't know if you've been able to tell. What with the lack of videos? what with the lack of videos? Yeah, I don't know if anybody's been able to tell. The fact that it's been like a World of Horror episode maybe once every other day for like, I don't know, like 2 weeks. Yeah, I feel kind of bad about that. I do feel kind of bad about that. We'll take the injury, that's okay. I mean, it's really not okay, but like, you know, we're gonna have to take some staminas, some injuries. We're gonna see the same events like 80 times over, which is maybe why it was a bad idea to, you know, whatchamacallit. But imagine if we were taking 3 damage every event instead of 2 damage every event. I'm really smart. But yeah, I haven't been recording very often. I actually haven't been as tired as I normally. Also, in the loading screen, are they literally just like, well, if it isn't the brothers? Like, the only difference is that they have a different hairstyle, like, slightly. They really are. Me and the boys rolling up, like, Jesus Christ. But, you know, yeah, I just haven't been recording a lot. Yeah, just haven't really been recording a lot. I do feel a little bit bad about that, though. Oh my god, I saw... It was these 2 perks and fame earlier, by the way. I just want to point that out there. It was these 2 perks and fame, so it's the same shit over and over and over again, as usual. I think you gotta take strength, or maybe you can take dexterity just because it's so close to happening. Interestingly enough, we don't actually need the charisma because we spent 10 EXP on getting our 3 allies because we could get 1 by default, but I mean, if we didn't get like horribly injured, I would say we could probably go to Frightening Flood just because of our attack speed. We can probably go to Frightening Flood next, just to... Maybe even with -1 strength, we still should have gone, just to get it out of the way as early as possible. I do feel like I kind of want to like go get like some sort of spell that can help us out, but we have Multiply Wound, we have Holy Glyphs. These things are good spells. You can't really deny that. But I have been, so I have been lazy with the content creation, I will admit. But it hasn't necessarily been due to a lack of energy, just sort of, maybe a lack of emotional energy, I suppose. I feel like I need to be in the, like, how do I put it? Oh my god, again, are you freaking kidding me, bro? I feel like I need to, kind of get in the vibe, you know? Like, before, you know, it was just sort of like the daily grind thing, and your mental on the daily grind, it doesn't really matter as much, because it's just, you know, it's a part of the checklist, you know? And we're still doing, like, very often, like, daily stuff. Holy Candle, by the way, is really pog. That might actually win us the game. I'm not even joking. Holy Candle's so strong. If we get it to proc on events. But, no, there's no way we go to the village twice for this shit. There's absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. We probably just put the... The school is doomed, too, so we actually 100% leave that there. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. It sucks, but... we kind of just ball, you know? Oh, I can't believe we're failing all of our stat checks. This sucks. Blood Moon is really bad. I actually don't want to do... We're gonna do it anyways, because we have Box Cutter, and Box Cutter is really strong. We have Box Cutter and Multiply Wound, but I unironically think the camera's really good. Like, I unironically have been... like, camera stonks have been real strong lately. God, and we have School Scissors. I think we do have an in-town mystery, though, after this, so we can do School Scissors last if we have to. But, yeah, I feel like I have to be in the vibe for it, you know? Just kind of be in the vibe. Because I don't want to record, like... how do I put it? Since it isn't a daily grind, I don't really want to record... and then it be like a bad episode, you know? Like, I kind of want to be on, you know? If that makes sense. Because there's, like, you can be on, you can be off, and on a daily grind, it doesn't matter, because you're doing it every day no matter what. So some episodes are going to be rancid, some episodes are going to be good, that's just how it is. Holy based! Thank you. I think we do get whoever's in the school, because then we're going to fully heal anyways, and we have, like, 3 spells, so it doesn't really matter. Now... having to visit twice is pretty great, actually. I'm a really big fan of that. What's, Young Witch was our second enemy. There we go. Oh, we can take a detour. That's fine. Take in, like, what? Like, 5 or 4% Doom on a mystery? It's not that bad. And it's not like we're gonna take any more. We don't have anything that's gonna give us Doom during the combat, I'm pretty sure. Alright, remember to equip that is not the box cutter, this is the box cutter. But I've been getting the, whatchamacallit, the urge to record more, which is a good thing, because I've been doing this for, let's see, videos, oldest. I've been doing this for 6 years? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I went YouTuber mode and did like a big reaction, big YouTuber reaction. So true, bestie. I don't know, I wasn't expecting 6 years. I was expecting to say like 4. Actually, like, when was the most recent World of Horror? Or not most recent World of Horror. When was the earliest World of Horror? Where's the old early access playlist? All the way down at the bottom here. This was 4 years ago. See, I was gonna say 4 years before I checked, and that's like... I've been doing World of Horror for 4 years, but I've been doing this channel for 6, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, but, you know, time flies, it really does. But what I was going with this, was that, you know, the sort of, like, passion that you have, it kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. And for like the past 2 or 3 months, the passion has been like kind of low. And you know, for this month, I think that's totally understandable, because this month was dog shit rancid for obvious reasons. But you know, the last couple of months have been a little mid on the channel, I think. And so I didn't do some of the goals that I had set. I didn't do some of the things that I wanted to do. Especially, like, I really, really wanted to, whatchamacallit. Do I want to do Holy Glyphs? Oh no, this is not at all what I thought it was. Yeah, I don't want to do that at all. I thought this was, protective carvings for some reason. I'm protective carvings posting, apparently. But I didn't hit some of the goals that I wanted to do, and I didn't do, whatchamacallit. I didn't do Limbo of the Lost with Plunger, which I really wanted to do, but it had a bug, and I just was so lazy I didn't want to look up how to fix the bug. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm pretty sure I just have to download the community patch and it will be fine, but oh my goodness, you know, I dropped the ball on that one. I'll be 100% for real with you. But ultimately, you know, the content, it ebbs and flows. We're gonna take 3 damage, whatever, it's fine. And by that I mean we're taking 6 damage, whatever, it's fine. It is what it is. But you know, the content, it ebbs and flows in like how passionate you are to make it. And I feel like definitely taking a step back and doing like less episodes when I wasn't feeling like it. Oh, are you kidding me? The reason I took knowledge at the beginning of the game when I forgot to hit the recording button was that because it's all perks. So what are the chances that we're gonna get like a neutral perk that we actually want to take, you know? And it's like, well, do I have something for you? Does that mean that I don't take dexterity? Because what if we get quick thinking? No, obviously not. We're gonna use the box cutter as long as we can, probably. Do we have another boss mystery coming up? Abnormal arm school. We can just do school scissors. Like, we can just do... They can't stop you. We can just go into school scissors, like, right now. They literally can't stop you. I think this is actually Doom negative, because it costs 2 Doom to use, but we're on Ath-Yolazath, so it should reduce the Doom by 2. We should go down to 57. 58. Yeah, it's not that good. A full inventory without +1 inventory size from Backpack or Koji's perk, and it only gives you -1 on Ath-Yolazath. That's a pretty dog shit perk, honestly. That's a pretty dog shit perk. I mean, listen, it's a free -1 Doom, so it's not, like, you know, terrible, but it's not, like, ideal. I would prefer if it actually did something useful, you know, but... Maybe that's a little bit rude. Maybe that's a little bit rude. Maybe that's a tad bit rude, you know? Check out my storage, not the school's lockers. Ah, shit. It's a box and a star in a bottom right corner. I can remember that. I don't need to worry about that. It doesn't matter. I'll remember that. Totally, for real, for real. Listen, you always do, even on Ill-Fated, you always choose that option, because the other option is you guaranteed fail it, and then you have to fail another thing, you know? You don't wanna mess with... This is a blunt weapon, right? Yeah. So you're gonna take +1. You're gonna take +1. It's over for you, friend. You're done. You are done. You're gonna get dusted. You're gonna get pushed off of the table that you're on, and you're gonna shatter on the ground, and it's gonna be really, really sad. It's gonna be really sad, dude. Like, the class pet dying, you know? That's the whole class is gonna be upset. I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't do that then, but, you know, the game's forcing my hand. What can I do? I must click launch sequence in order to get out of this fight. One way or another, I have to click launch sequence or this fight's not gonna end. Yo, the boy again? My friend, I love to see it. No! I mean, we want to fail this, right? I mean, we already have curse. Oh, we have curse signs, that's why! Okay, so it should have done, whatchamacallit, too. But we have curse signs. I was wondering why Kairi had a sick-ass tattoo. We do want to fail this, though, because, you know, we already have curse signs and 20 EXP is nice, so... Speaking of 20 EXP, apparently I never got rid of Discharge Summary. Which is, from getting the broken bone cured, I guess. I mean, we could get a funny knowledge weapon if I wanted to. I mean, see, it's not an excuse to not do the code right. This is the correct code. But I mean, we could get a fun knowledge weapon that we haven't seen in a while. I'm down with that. I'm down with that, honestly. My speed run that I'm not doing, but if this was a speed run, this event would ruin the speed run. No. But yeah, I kind of lost track of what I was saying earlier, but for real, I have been getting that urge to sort of do some content again. You know, I've been getting the content demons, and yeah, this is probably a bad idea. Branded is pretty bad, but we have Holy Candle for some doom mitigation, so it's probably not. Anyways, distractions be gone. Let the banter engine commence while we fight a boss. Basically, oh, we haven't fought the horror in so long. That's crazy. I should have equipped the box cutter, to be honest with you. But that's probably fine. I don't think it's gonna matter that much. I mean, it's gonna matter, but like, I don't think it's gonna matter that much. Actually, yeah, the chance to hit is worse. So technically, we're kind of feeling a little bit better with our boosts here, but I would have preferred 7 damage. I'm on cope right now, but you are apparently weak to blunt, so look at that. I'm a genius. I'm the coolest. I don't know. We could multiply the wound, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, we cast a Thutu. No, we don't cast a Thutu Flame. You forget a Thutu Flame. You block. I don't want to block. I don't think you. Do you block twice? I don't think you block twice. I wanted to do Banter here, but this fight is a little bit more complicated than I initially thought it would be. So this is gonna do 5 damage. So this is gonna do 9 damage, okay? 9 damage, and then probably 9 damage, and then we die. But we could throw the HDF. We could throw the HDF, that is true. And then just equip the, this has to hit, though, but it's like a 87% chance to hit. We could also multiply the wound as well, to not complicate this at all, but we do spend a little bit of doom. Oh, no, we don't, because Curse Sign sucks. Is there a simpler way to do this? With that amount of damage? We can just throw the HDF if she does not die. She did die. So we're completely okay. Now, I don't really want to use this, but, you know, we can... I actually just realized, like, the Cursed Scissors are, like, a strictly worse set of, box cutters. But the box cutters can break, and the Cursed Scissors can't. Very interesting. Holy crap! You do love to see it. You do absolutely love to see it. I mean, I don't think we're not gonna get to 8 strength, so why even try? But we could get to 8 charisma. We're probably gonna get to 8 charisma, right? But anyways, enough with the gameplay, right? I should stop focusing on the gameplay and focus on the banter so that I end up throwing, and then we lose the run and then I complain. But basically, it's like, how do I put it? I've been getting into I've been getting the urge to do more videos. I've been thinking to myself, ooh, I should record right now, or ooh, I have a good idea for a video, or ooh, I could do this, or ooh, I could do that, you know? I've been getting the recording mindset is starting to seep in again, which is like, listen, when you have a lot of stuff that's coming and going as far as like content is concerned, and IRL as well. I've been increasingly, not really busy, but, like, I've got more stuff going on IRL right now, too. And in my personal life, so I feel like that when you are doing the endurance run that is, like, almost daily content, and you have, like, more stuff going on in your personal life, it's like, yeah, it's... You can be excused for kind of taking a little bit of a step back. And, you know, we don't want to be in combat, so Cursed Scissors is okay. You can be excused for, like, taking a little bit of a step back from combat, from gaming, from... What am I talking about? I'm getting the streams of anecdote banter and video game banter are being crossed right now into this, like, incomprehensible amalgamation, you know? The threads are intertwining, as it were. And so now I've just confused everyone who's made it to this point in the video, which, I mean, honestly, good job, me. I'm glad that I did that. Good for me. We can fight a boss here if we have to, but I don't really want to fight an enemy. Oh, God. Yeah, this is bad. This is not good, chat. How's our dodge looking? Pretty good. Pretty damn good. If you don't mind me saying. Alright, so let's recover one. This is really bad. Like, pretty abysmally dog shit. But yet, we do it. I mean, you had to. You did have to try. Maybe blocking would have been a better... Hey, it's fine. It's fine. Blocking would have been a better idea, probably, but... What if we just won the run? You ever think about that? But, you know... I'm gonna try to do this coherently now, but probably not. I also love how getting a bill in the mail is a luck check. It's like, no, that's not really lucky or unlucky. That's just sort of like the first of every month. we do a little... I mean... We can take the goddamn sanity damage, because this is a stamina boss. No, it's not. Thank God for that. We're so back. We've won the run. So let me try to actually coherently say what I was meaning to say, okay? Is that, like, when you're doing the daily content grind, and when you're doing content so much, you do really get into the flow state of, like, you know, sometimes you're just doing it because it's what you do. It's what I do, John. I eat. It's what I do, John. I make content. And then other times you're doing it for the love of the game, and then other times you're, like, in remiss and you don't want to do it. And now that we're not doing the daily grind anymore, we literally can just, like, if I'm in a situation where I'm like, I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. And that means that, unfortunately, you do get slightly less episodes from time to time. But I do hope the banter quality has at least somewhat improved over the episodes, but I don't know. I don't remember anything about any of these episodes, like, the moment that I upload them. Like, they get relegated to the empty bin of the mind, and then the bin is not empty anymore, and then it gets emptied. Basically, the moment the episode is uploaded. Which is true and real. Do I care about any of this? No, I don't really care about any of this. We do have charisma coming up at one point, but... it's whatever, you know? I think we're fine. I think we're okay. I think we can just hit start climbing. You ever think about that? You ever think about just hitting start climbing? You ever think about that? I mean, you're just dead, but we can make it a little bit funnier. By not... Here's the thing, I was gonna throw the scissors, but look. 2 HP left, I throw the scissors, watch what happens. I made this connection right as I was about to do it. Look at this. This cursed scissors do 1 damage when you throw them. I don't know, go, allies. Murder this man for me. If you want to prove that you're... oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Come on, come on. Give me the charisma. Give me the charisma! Oh hey, outdoorsman. I've been looking for that one. That would have saved me a lot of hassle. That would have saved me a lot of hardship. But, yeah, no, so basically, like, I'm getting into the point where we're coming on the so back scale, right? Like, have you seen that image, like, where it's so over and we're so back, and it's basically just, like, a wavelength? We're on the we're so back. Like, we're coming up to the we're so back part. And so I have a few ideas rumbling around. And, you know, we might be cooking a little bit in December. I'm not going to make any promises. It's a might be cooking in December, but we'll see, we'll see. Anyways, this episode was a goddamn mess, so much for hoping that the banter's been improving gradually over time when I can't even coherently string sentences together when I'm playing a video game that I've played for over 1,000 hours. I don't know, listen, this game requires you to adapt to situations based on random RNG and dice rolls. And so when you have to constantly pay attention to what numbers you're rolling on the screen, and if you get this number, then you can go back to not paying attention, and if you get these numbers, that means you have to, like, sit up straight and lock in, you know? That's a little bit difficult. You know, something like Final Fantasy XIV, I know what the hell I'm doing in that game. I don't have to think. Do you think I think during Savage Raids? No. When we were doing... this is not a joke, by the way. Don't let my static leader ever see this. When we were doing P8S, and I was, like, got it on muscle memory, my ass was browsing Twitter on my other monitor. I was a white mage. All I had to do was press glare and then press Dia once every, like, 26 seconds. My static leader is also my co-healer, and he learned how to heal in that tier, and I probably put him through hell, even though I was pretty based, right? But it's like, I got to the point with that fight where I knew when people were taking damage instinctually. And so we were bantering, we were chatting, we were bantering and chatting about things that weren't Final Fantasy XIV during raid, and when we were doing it, I was just browsing Twitter. Like, when nobody was talking to me, when I didn't need to pay attention to what the conversation was, I was just browsing Twitter. Because it's like, it doesn't matter. I know when the raid wides are going out. I know when the tank's about to die due to auto attacks. The only time I had to pay attention in that fight was to see who gets the fires, the Ifrits. I call them Ifrits, but they're the fire debuff. If one of the healers gets the fire debuff, or the tanks, or any combination of the two, get the if any support gets the debuffs, or, well, no, I shouldn't say that. If either one of the person who gets the debuff is a healer, the fire debuff, the Ifrit debuff, the fire debuff, the one that turns into the phoenix feather with the wind, if the person who gets the fire in High Concept 2 is a healer, or both of them are tanks, I don't have to care. If it is 2 DPS who get it, or 1 tank and 1 DPS who get it, then I have to sit up straight, lock in, and actually pay attention. But during, like, the first, like, half of the fight, I don't need to pay attention. I know what I'm doing. And by that I mean I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing. I'm moving on instinct. Okay, you want me to prove this shit? I'll prove this shit. Okay, I don't think I can prove it on high concept. I don't think you can do that with bots. But you know what I can show you? I can show you, I know. There's no way people are raiding right now, right? There's no way people are raiding right now. You already know what I'm doing. You already know what I'm doing, dude. I don't know, I'll just pick, like, because this is what I'm doing right now, but... Select region. Get me on that North American grind set, please. You hear that?
Map changing.
Map changing. Oh, what's this? That's crazy. Oh, wait, what the hell? Oh, what the hell is this? Caloric, and we'll put autofill. Load.
Map changing.
Oh shit.
Starting
No.
Theory 1.
Get me on Legacy, dude. Get me on Legacy. Please get me on Legacy. Thank God. Okay, now I can actually do it. Look at this shit, dude. I don't care. How are you doing? Oh, wait, no, it's, sorry, it's Caloric Theory 1. Wait, the bots can do Wait, what the hell are they doing with Caloric Theory, dude? This is not a Caloric Theory that I know how to do. I don't know, man. You're a wind. I don't know what the bots are doing. I don't know what the bots are doing. I pressed the wrong one. Get me on classical. Get me on classical. Because the bots can do classical.
Starting classical concepts 1.
Also, I don't have markers. Listen, I know how to do my classical concepts 1. I don't know how to do, or not classic. I know how to do my caloric theory 1. Alright, come on, do it. I'll do it as, like, fast as the bots do, and then I'll die because it shows the AoEs in a funny way. Easy. Easiest shit of my life, chat. Easiest shit of my life. Easiest shit of my life, chat. Now, I actually don't know where the thing's gonna spawn. I have to see where the bots move. There, okay. The bots just stay still and they go back to the center. But like, I don't get. I know what I know what I'm doing. I don't have to think about this. I'm moving. I'm locked in. I'm going in immediately. Where's the where's the other one? I've been teaching a group of people how to do P12S because they want to get the axolotl mount, and I've been having to go through all this like stuff that's very nostalgic. Where is it? Here we go. Let me hide this window capture for a second here. Just as like a little treat. As I open up this web page. Alrighty. Alright, look at this. There's actually timers in the top right corner. I wonder if I can shrink it so you can see the timer.
Oh, sorry. Suddenly, somewhere, Emmerdale seems to have disappeared. We'll go back to it as soon as we can, once we've found it.
Alright, there we go. Look who it is. Okay, so this is me. This is me IRL right here. This is where I would be in the conga line. Actually, that's not true. This is where I'd be in the conga line. But we'll do this one for fun, because this is where I would be originally. Actually, you know what? No, I actually need to practice, because this is where I would be in the thing that I'm doing, right? So, let's see here, okay? This is... Let's see if I remember how to do this, okay? I am a short light, so that means that I am going da, da, da. Done. You see that? Look at that. Took me 6 seconds for the first one, just because I had to, like, think about, like, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let's try it again. I'm a short light. Wow, that's crazy, dude. Wowee. That's incredible. That's how long it takes me to figure out every single tower that I'm standing in. That's crazy, bro. Let me get an interesting one. Let me get an interesting one. So it's long. Look at that. It's the easiest shit of my life, dude. You can't even see the people who are down, who go down in the conga line. You can kind of see them at the top here. You can kind of see them. So you can still read the mechanic, but it's kind of annoying. Just know that this is the leftmost person. I want to be hold on. I want to see. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's just it's not making me go diagonal at all, you know? You ever think about that? You ever think about that? Oh my god, it made me go diagonal. Holy crap. Wow. You ever think about this shit, dude? You ever think about this shit? Oh my god, I clicked the wrong one. Whoa. That's crazy, dude. Look at that. So you see, that's what it looks like when you do it wrong. Wowee. You ever think about that? You ever think about that? Oh, I'm a 1. Holy crap. Look at that. That's what I wanted to see. I was tired of just getting the same one every single time, but... Yeah, anyways. I don't know. I'm kind of goated. I failed that one for comedic effect, just so you know. Just so that you knew what it looked like when I got it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. There are more videos of different kinds in the future, alright? I downloaded a game, okay? I installed a couple of, I guess they're horror games? They do have the horror tag, right? Yeah, horror, and then, what's this one? This one's a horror game too, right? Yeah, this one's a psychological horror game. Ooh, spooky. And then what's this one? This one's also a horror game, right? Oh, it's also a psychological horror game. That's crazy. And then what is this one? Oh, hell yeah. It's a survival horror. You love to see it. You love to see it, chat. You do. So maybe I'm like, I don't know, like a month too late, because like Halloween was a while ago, idiot, but I don't know. It's kind of the thing of the channel is we play a lot of... I mean, technically we play a horror game every day. Almost every day. Isn't that crazy? We've played a horror game for like 1,000 hours that's all on video. You ever think about that? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Anyways, stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye.